This is my true story, and this is where life has brought me before it becomes too late for me. I want the world to hear me. My name is Grace, and I currently live in Acure, Ondo State. I'm going through a phase I wouldn't wish on even my worst enemy. Growing up, I found out that my mom was the only parent we had. I never really knew what happened between her and my dad. All we knew was that she was the only one around. She was hardworking, industrious, but also overbearing, grumpy, and cruel to her kids. When God was sharing the grace of parenting, she seemed completely absent. My childhood was a mix of happiness and deep sorrow. She was the kind of mother who would send a small child out of the room in the middle of the night, just for something as simple as passing gas. That child would end up sleeping outside. She was also the kind of mother who inflicted pain on her kids for making small mistakes or for petty reasons. I won't say too much. You can already guess what kind of upbringing I had. I grew up with a lot of traumatic experiences that still haunt me today. I endured so much, too much, and now my worst fear has become my reality. My daughter is going through exactly what I tried to protect her from. My mom used to send her out too. My daughter is emotionally wounded. She and my niece would hide and steal keys just to store food, just like we did when we were little, all because they were afraid of the day my mom would unleash her wrath. My mom even instigated my niece to stop relating with my kids and me. She was teaching them terrible things. She's emotionally damaged, and now she's passing that damage to the next generation. One day, my daughter cried and screamed at me, asking why I came to destroy her life. She said things weren't this bad until I came around. She told me I brought her misfortune. She said many painful things, but I stayed silent because I'm trying to protect her from going through the same pain I went through. I hold back my anger because I don't want to speak words I'll regret, like my mom always did to us. I should add that it cost my mom nothing to place heavy curses on her children. She'd say terrible things without blinking. But let me move forward and tell you how my own journey began. In 2009, I got pregnant out of wedlock. I was just a teenager. I almost got rid of it, but in 2007, a prophet had given a prophecy that I should never terminate any pregnancy, or I would lose my life. When my mom found out, you can imagine what I went through, given the kind of woman she was. It wasn't easy, but I was still grateful that she didn't throw me out. I endured pain, shame, stigma, and mental torment. I had the baby, a girl. My mother helped raise her, but that became my biggest fear realized. My child ended up under her care, going through the same cycle of pain I went through as a child. God, even as I type this, I'm shaking and tearing up. My childhood was scary and traumatic. Hunger was a daily battle. My mom would send us away for weeks without food until we gathered people to beg her. We used to hide and steal food in case she decided to starve us again. My greatest fear was for my children to suffer the same fate, but somehow life is making it happen. Out of frustration, I got married in 2018 to someone who turned out to be a terrible mistake. I thought I'd be free from my mother, but I left my daughter with her, and it haunted me every day. My younger sister also had a child out of wedlock, and her daughter was with my mom too. I married a man who was an unapologetic narcissist. To him, marriage was all about control and submission. He never protected me. He could run errands for everyone, but never lift a finger for me. It was always 70/30ths. I carried the weight of the home. He turned me into a joke before his family. There were days he would leave me sick and in pain. He told me I was being dramatic during labor, mocked me, never once said, "Thank you for bringing a life into the world." When I had my first son, his mother came for Amugo postpartum care and mentally broke me. It got so bad that I left the baby and almost walked into traffic. God saved me that day. But what did this man say to his mom after all that? Emi Omoti would. I stayed in that marriage and endured abuse, hoping things would get better because I loved him. He was sometimes nice. I never told anyone what was really happening. I stood by him, helped him get a better job, and so much more. God knows I gave everything, but I should never have had more than one child with him. By 2023, we were living in Port Harcourt. My younger sister was about to get married, and I needed to travel for her wedding. I already had 2 kids. He kept asking when I would leave for the wedding, as if he couldn't wait for us to be gone. The day we left Port Harcourt, I found out I was pregnant again. My heart was broken. When we got to Acure, he needed financial help. I still sent him money, even though I was struggling to support my sister's wedding. I loved him, and I kept helping him, even showing love to his family. Yet his failure to stand up for me caused so much resentment from his family. I arrived in Acure in August. By September, he told me not to come back. He said I should go and give the kids to their grandparents, that he didn't want me anymore. Did I mention that during my second pregnancy, I handled all the baby needs myself, while he flirted with women who couldn't even match up to me? He ended the marriage just like that and told me to sort myself out. He even called my mother and lied. As expected, she didn't disappoint. Guess what she did? While I was pregnant, she sent me out. I had to stay in an abandoned space in her compound for 4 months. I was starved. I had nothing. I was mentally shattered. As I type this, the memories are coming back. It's hard to talk about. My mental health is damaged. Only God and genuine love can save me now. I suffered with my children. She even cast out my daughter, who had been living with her. She said, "Losi odo ia oshii, iko orabiruku, yin kuro, nai ailmi." Translation: go to your W asterisk asterisk asterisk, Eid mother. Take your misfortune out of my house. My daughter was in SS2 at the time. She would cry endlessly, and I would cry too. I thought of ending it all many times, but I kept fighting. I endured hunger as a pregnant woman. My phone was damaged. I was isolated. I was alone. I still carry the scars. My swollen face after a slap is a reminder I've tried to run from, but something told me to share this story. Maybe help will come. Maybe someone will see this and understand. I am broken. I am emotionally damaged. Please post my story for the sake of my sanity and for the future of my children. I'm in Acure if anyone wants to reach me.